New York's bravest comic, Billy Bingo.
I've been a New York City fireman for over 20 years. Never get used to walking into somebody's house after they've had a fire. There's hundreds of reasons why fires start. I'm not talking about the obvious. I'm talking about reasons that you would never think of. Every home should have a fire extinguisher. They should be mounted properly and in plain sight. Keeping it under the sink or in your closet where only you know where it is a very bad idea. It should be for anybody to use. And there's a lot of people leave them near the stove, which is a very bad idea because if your stove catches fire, you may not be able to get to the extinguisher. Also, it should not be mounted too high. It should be mounted low enough where a young adult can grab it or an elderly person. And also, by mounting it high, there's a possibility of it falling off. And if that valve snaps, it will send that fire extinguisher, launch it like a missile. The proper placement for an extinguisher should be by the door. This way, when you have the extinguisher in your hand, you can make a conscious decision to either fight the fire or to exit the building.
Up over there at the firehouse?
You know, Tiki, I am trying my best. They're just not feeling me this morning. It must be too early. I'm at Engine 16, Ladder 7 on 29th Street here in Manhattan. We're talking to firefighters about a benefit that they're doing this Thursday night. It's called the Night of Comedy, which I will not be participating in, unfortunately. But tell me about the event. I'm with Billy Bingo, and he is one of the comics, and you're also an organizer of the event?
Yes, we've been putting the show together for the past 7 years, and it features 7 New York City firefighters that are funny. And Colin Quinn is coming down. He's headlining the show. And it's Thursday night at Queensborough College. All the money goes to the Thomas Elsasser Benefit Fund, which is for widows and children of firefighters that die outside the line of duty. And, you know, we're looking for the public support to come out and help us. Okay. You know, we're there for the public 24/7. And we need them to come out and help support us so we can raise money for this charity event.
Yeah, you're there for them 365 days of the year. They're asking you to come out and show your support for one night. We'll have more details about the event in our next segment. How are you doing it?
Well, because Billy and the rest of these Irish maniacs make you do it, you know?
They make you? They force you?
They have to.
Step back into the simpler time, the 50s, when all that seemed to matter was looking cool. They were happy days. And to help us celebrate the 30th anniversary, one of our favorite characters from one of our favorite sitcoms, Patsy Anson Williams is with us.
And are you all
that
mic'd?
was familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those coats? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
All righty. First question. This is difficult. Very difficult. What was Fonzie's real name?
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yeah! Here you go. Have a question. Have a milkshake. Oh, okay. Where does Fonzie's famous leather jacket now reside?
Smithsonian Institute.
Yeah!
Right.
You got it. Okay. All right.
Is used to saving lives, but tonight, these guys, and there's some funny guys too, they're hoping that laughter will help out their fellow firefighters down south. The crowd may have been small, but it was enthusiastic. 5 former and active New York City firefighters hit the stage at the Laugh Factory Comedy Club in Midtown to do their stand-up routines.
For 20 years, while I was a fireman, I used an axe and a hose to help save people. Now I'm using a microphone and my wit.
And these guys, trust me, we're funny.
Event tomorrow night in Queens, Queensborough College. It involves some professional comedians and some pretty funny firefighters. Now, participating firefighters join us now to explain that and promise if you show up, you definitely will not be hosed. We need a little rim shot here. Okay, first, we are joined by Billy Bingo Dennis. I'm going to ask you where that bingo came from, and Jimmy Lawrence.
Correct.
Now, tell us where you're from or what company.
Well, we both work at Ladder 126 in South Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah.
And we came up with this idea about 6 years ago.
Actually, he did. He orchestrated the whole thing.
What kind of humor do you have? The firehouse humor? That can get pretty rough at times.
Well,
yeah, it can. Yeah.
Usually before each show, I like to start each show with a little fire safety tips being a fireman. Now, in New York City, we have these things they call tot finders. Yeah. Now, you put that in the window, and that lets the fireman know that there's a little kid in the room. Now, when I moved out to Long Island, I found out that they also make them for your pet. Now, I'm a dog and cat person myself. Yeah. But I don't care how much money that gecko saved you on your insurance. I'm not running into a burning building to save a gecko. But it got me thinking, you know, my family expanded and my mother-in-law moved in. So I had a special one made up for my mother-in-law's room, and we're selling these at the benefit. They're $500, and they're worth every penny. They're worth every penny.
Infectious substance.
Well, you know, you have to take a little humor and enjoy yourself. We do have one thing that we are selling that I think a lot of people will be interested in is these cell phones. If you get caught driving without a hands-free device, it's a $210 ticket, and for $10, this will save you $210.
We'll be back.
The look on the cop's face when you go like this.
Thank you very much, Johnny. The $100,000 pyramid holding forth, and we sure want to give the money away. We're going to move right to it. We had a new player yesterday, and it's now an old veteran, a young old veteran. Melanie Wilson.
I made it. I lived to tell the tale.
And you're up for another day's worth?
Yes, I
It'll
am.
be a cinch. Bill Dennis is here. Bill, your occupation is what?
I'm a fireman in New York City.
Well, compared to what you normally do, this is going to be pretty easy. I guarantee you're in good hands with the lady.
I am surrounded by good-looking firefighters this morning. Is there anything funny about fighting fires? Well, we all know the answer to that. It is no. But how about funny firefighters? Well, we have some firefighters here this morning who promise if you attend their comedy fundraiser on Thursday, you will not be hosed. So, please welcome. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we will start down this end.
Kevin Seaman, Ladder 4, Manhattan.
I'm Steve Oliva from Ladder 7 in Manhattan.
Billy Bingo, Ladder 126, Jamaica, Queens.
I'm going to start right here with you, Bingo. I like that.
Like that?
Billy Bingo. Tell us, first of all, what is this all about?
All right, this is the 4th annual New York's Bravest Night of Comedy, and what we did was firemen get together and we raised funds for the Thomas L. Sasser Scholarship Fund. And that fund is for orphans and widows of firemen that died non-line of duty.
Okay, so it begs the question, what makes you think you're funny?
I went to comedy college.
You went to comedy
college. I am a graduate, yeah.
When I was a little kid, Billy Bingo was my role model. He was my mentor, and I always wanted to be like Billy. And I'm getting closer to it now, and I really think he's one of the world's best comics and raconteurs and stand-up comedians, and I hope someday to be as funny as Billy. God bless.
Who's better than us, Joe?
I wouldn't sell your friendship for $100.
Who's better than us?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Wait till we leave. It's going to be